What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. So, guys, Kevin Gates is a very interesting person, to say the least. I would find him sort of weird in some of the things that he talks about and he says. Like, for example, this whole thing about, Kevin Gates sleeping with his own cousin and admitting it, even if it was by accident. Who talks about things like that, even if it is true? Who says that kind of stuff, right? So it opens the rabbit hole for Kevin Gates for people to believe almost anything that people say about him could be true. That's what it means to me. So with that being said, there is an individual that has come out to release some information about Kevin Gates, and it was recently on this particular podcast. The name of the podcast is called Alina Genevieve. So that's the podcast, but there's another podcast years ago in which this particular person talks about the fact that Kevin Gates knew that previously she was not a she, or it was a he and it became a transgendered she. And Kevin Gates still went down on that individual. So here was the first initial hint, guys, 2 years ago. And then I'm going to come back.
Wait, can you help me? Because it keeps like lowering or something. I'm like slouching. Okay, there we go. I'll just like hold it. Like I love a workout. Okay, so the first time I ever DM'd anybody, so I was like gaining on Instagram, whatever, and I was like, oh, like if you have a blue check on Instagram, like rappers will see it. And I was like, okay, hot. And so I DM'd everyone with a blue check. Example, not stating facts. Offset, Tyga, y'all know where it's going. And so I'm like, okay, fun. And so I like sent all these people like messages, whatever. A couple responded. And over time, this one rapper who I've like literally been listening to since like fourth grade.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like responded, like would be like, come over, like come to this hotel, come to this. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm down. But also like, I'm scared. Like, I'm just like an innocent little trans girl from Iowa. Like, I don't want to get my guts chopped off. Like, I don't want to get my shit wrecked. And so I was like, oh, like maybe not. And over like the time span of 6 months, I ended up being like, okay, whatever, like, yeah, I'll go. So I went, it was like 4 a.m. He was like, yeah, come to the Bel Air Hotel. And I was like, oh my God, so down, never been, can't afford it, work at McDonald's. And so I went, his security escorted me and I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. And this is when, okay, so for y'all who like, no, because we've already been talking, like I'm trans. And so at the time I like didn't have a vagina. And so I was like so scared because I was like, oh, this is like, you just never know how things go these days, like honestly. And so I went, and when I was there, he was like, can you like not get your shit chopped off? And I was like, what? What? Like my surgery's like in 3 weeks, actually. Like what? And so to me, that was so uncomfortable because no one ever like talks like that, or no one like ever really like is like that. Yeah. But then it ended up being the best hookup of my entire life. Like he ended up paying me not to tell anybody. It was like, I know everyone's like, oh, like people pay people, but he literally like zelled me, and I ended up manically spending it in Vegas, like literally like $20K, like spending in a heartbeat, like in Miami, Vegas, going everywhere.
I really want to know who it is.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Like I have a guess.
But then, so that was like cute. That was like the best hookup story with someone who was like low key degrading, but then also like Chris Brown high key pulled a gun on me, and then his friend ended up me a couple months later when I had a vagina. So like that's none of my business.
So that was the first One. Now the individual is saying that calling Kevin Gates by name on this channel, which I'm not going to go into that. I don't think you guys want to hear that and all of this, right? But what is interesting is Lila says that Chris Brown pulled a gun on the individual and his friend hit it. So my question is this: where's the evidence of these allegations? Because if Chris Brown pulled a gun on you, you just leave. And the thing about it is, like, these guys, what I've noticed is these guys can't come out and defend themselves. Because if the trans person says he slept with me, what can you really do? Like, oh, that individual is lying on me. Some people are going to say, why are you mad? Are you homophobic? Like, literally, being heterosexual in some aspects is like, I don't know, is it a crime or something like that? But, you know, the fact that you want to maintain you being heterosexual is an issue for so many people. I don't get it. So what you've noticed is whenever these allegations come out from the LGBTQ, certain individuals rather, in the LGBTQ, what can you say? You can't defend yourself. It's just like, all right, well, Michael, I'm going to just talk about this in terms of heterosexual people, women. Look at Michael B. Jordan. Once Lori Harvey started taking these cryptic shots at Michael B. Jordan with a dump 'em girl license plate, did he have any ability to fire back? No, he didn't. He had no ability to respond. Like, because then people are going to say, no matter what she said, Lori Harvey, if he was to fire back, you're a misogynist. The next thing is, not that word, but you don't like the gays. You dislike gays. Why you hating on the gays? That's what they're gonna say. And now it's like anybody can come on and say anything, man. You know what I mean? So I think this is something that's gonna be like new in the game now. Now I don't know, Kevin Gates, man. Like, I don't know if it's true. I'm gonna give the brother the benefit of the doubt. He ain't never came out and admitted it was true. But this is where the game is going, y'all. So don't be surprised if you get some money and something, like I said, somebody accuse you. Oh, maybe you did it. I wouldn't be shocked. Again, the game is thick, family. Very thick. So, what I mean, we are talking about I don't know, man, Kevin Gates, brother. I just don't know about the brother. The brother does some interesting stuff. I will say that. Okay, he says some interesting. I don't know what the brothers. You know, like I said, let me just leave it alone, brother. Let me just leave it alone, brother. I'm gonna leave it alone. The question is, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? So guys, subscribe with the bell. Let your boy know what's going on. I'm out.